Budgeting is not one of the most exciting things about planning our cruise. It's definitely not mine. But let's face it, it is something we have to think about when we're planning our cruise. Now, we all know about onboard activities, gratuities, port costs, shore excursions, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those sneaky pre-cruise costs that you may not be thinking about. I'm going to share with you 5 pre-cruise budget costs that can help you planning your next cruise. Hi y'all, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Tiffany and I talk all things cruising and traveling affordably. So let's talk about pre-cruise cost number 1 that you may not be thinking about. And this one can sneak up on you, and that is the pre-cruise shopping. We need to go shopping for our vacation, right? Especially if it's a brand new place we've never been to, like Alaska. We need to get some vacation clothes, those binoculars, that sling backpack. We need to do some shopping. I am always doing this, always looking for some new clothes or some fun little gadgets that will really help me on my cruise and upcoming vacation. But how can you make sure that you're not going to break the bank by doing this pre-cruise shopping? Well, definitely make sure that you are booking your cruise far in advance. So that's going to help you kind of plan and budget any shopping that you are wanting to do. Also, if you planned it pretty far out, plan by any of your clothes or little gadgets that you're wanting to get around any of the holidays. Like it's Labor Day weekend, so look for those Labor Day sales. We've got some holidays coming up. Amazon Prime days are coming up. So make sure you are planning to buy some of your items around those days, because you can really save a lot of money if you are waiting for like Amazon Prime days or those holiday sales. That is one of the things that I do. I always make sure to rack up around Amazon Prime days. Number 2 is hotel costs. Yes, we have to think about what we're doing before we get to the cruise, and that is staying in our hotel. Now, something that could help you in budgeting for this is to look at different websites such as Expedia.com. Expedia can really help you to do a bundle package of your cruise, flight, hotel, and it can help you save a little bit of money there as well. And also, just like with your cruise or your vacation, book early for your hotel. This can help you to save a little bit of money as well. And I've mentioned it many a times, booking in the shoulder season for your cruise. This can also help you when you're booking your hotel as well. You'll start seeing a little bit of hotel prices coming down during shoulder season or even that wave season in January to March. So if you're booking during that time, that can help you save a little money. Plus, this tip might be a little controversial, but if you have a travel credit card, you can purchase your hotel on your travel credit card. If you want to know how I stayed out of debt using my travel credit card, earning points, check out the description below. I'll give you a few tips there. But earning some rewards with your travel credit card can really help you save some money on your hotel stay and even your flight as well. Also, if you're finding these helpful or you need a little bit of help with your pre-cruise checklist, check out the description below. I'm leaving you a free downloadable pre-cruise checklist that can help give you some ideas and keep you on track to make sure that you remember all these things while you're planning your cruise, and no email address required. Now that brings me to tip number 3, which maybe should be up there at the top, and that is transportation. We have to think about the transportation for our cruise. You all know that I live over here by the port, and I try to cruise out of Port Canaveral as much as possible because it minimizes my transportation. But if you don't live near the cruise port and you have to fly out or you have to travel a good ways, you need to think about those costs. Are you willing to fly a budget airline? Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, I have flown Spirit from Florida to California on a couple of different legs, and I don't care for Spirit, but it saved me some money. So it is just one of those things. Where do you want to spend the bulk of your money? But also, if you are bundling your package, you could find some cheaper airfare rates. Booking farther in advance can find you some cheaper airfare rates. Your travel credit card can earn you some rewards as well. But what if you're driving and you've got to think about the cruise terminal parking fees? Well, the cruise terminal parking fees are different everywhere you go. They can range anywhere from $20 to $40 a day. It just depends. So check the cruise port that you are going to and what their terminal fees are. We have driven to a cruise terminal before, but what we ended up doing is we left our car at the hotel. Now, hold on. Not all hotels will let you do this. So check with the hotel that you are staying at Some will let you do it for free, and then some will charge you a little bit, but that fee could be cheaper than leaving it at the cruise terminal. And for us, it was a lot cheaper. We stayed at a DoubleTree near Port Canaveral, and we took an Uber from the DoubleTree over to Port Canaveral, and it saved us a lot of money. So that's a tip for you. Check with your hotel to see if you can leave your car there. Plus, we also cruised out of New Orleans once and found a parking garage that we could park in near the terminal. And it was so much cheaper parking at that parking garage down the street from the cruise port. And we just shuttled over to the cruise port. So that's an idea. Look to see if there are parking garages nearby that are allowing cruisers to park there. Because a lot of times if you park at a parking garage down the street and just shuttle over, it's going to be a little bit cheaper there for you. Now with that, you're coming in the day before or 2 days before. So what else do you need to think about? Well, you need to think about some food and drinks. And this is one of my things that I hate thinking about, because I'll go and have a dinner the day before the cruise and I'm like, I can have this for free when I get on the cruise ship. So you got to think, are you staying anywhere that you want to really explore the city before you get on the cruise? So that is one thing that you need to think about, is food costs, drinks, anything like that you're going to spend before getting on the cruise ship. All right, we're now down to tip number 4, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't do this tip. So everybody knock on wood for me. Seriously, knock on some wood, because I probably should do this, and it is booking travel insurance. I don't book travel insurance just because, I'm not going to lie, I can be a little cheap sometimes, and I'm like, it's in case something were to happen. We're just going to make sure nothing happens, right? Yeah. Okay, let me know in the comments below, do you book travel insurance? What do you think about it? But travel insurance can really help you, not only in case there's a medical emergency, which you definitely are going to be thankful if you have that travel insurance if you have a medical emergency. But if the cruise is canceled, you miss your cruise, something like that can definitely help you if you have travel insurance. So look at those little fees there, see if it's worth it for you. A travel agent can also help you to kind of determine travel insurance costs as well. And it's really not that expensive. So I really should stop being so cheap and just purchase the travel insurance. What do you think? Tip number 5, and this is something that you're going to use on the cruise, but you want to think about it pre-cruise, and that is Wi-Fi. Now, a lot of us like to unplug and just completely not even deal with Wi-Fi while we're on a cruise. And if that's you, I've got all the other tips for you. Bye. Thanks for watching. But don't forget to hit that like and subscribe before you leave. Now, if you are looking at the Wi-Fi package, definitely look at purchasing it before your cruise, because you're going to save some money if you're going to purchase it before the cruise. They do have some pre-cruise packages that can help you there. But I've said it in many other videos, some things that I have been looking at now is my cell phone provider. So look at your cell phone provider and see if they have a cruise plan. I have noticed that if I'm staying on like a 7, 8, 9-day cruise and I purchase my cruise plan from my cell phone provider, it's going to be cheaper, a lot cheaper than purchasing the cruise Wi-Fi. And let me tell you, the cruise Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi plan with your cell phone provider, neither one of them are going to be like really great Wi-Fi. So you got to kind of think there, where do you want to save some money? Does your cell phone plan provide that cruise Wi-Fi plan for you? Also, another thing I like to look at is the fact that where we are cruising to, does my cell phone provider provide cell service there? Like, I get cell service in Mexico and Canada. So if I'm doing any kind of cruising to Mexico or Canada, I don't really usually worry about purchasing the Wi-Fi package. I just wait until I get to those ports and then I have cell service. Now hold on, let me tell you something if you're going to Alaska. I've had this particular question many times. If you're cruising to Alaska, it may not be worth getting the Wi-Fi package unless you just have to have it at night or on a sea day, because Alaska is a very port intensive cruise. So you're going to a lot of ports such as Juneau, Skagway, Ketchikan, maybe Haines. All of these, your cell provider will be available when you get to these ports. But please make sure you go into airplane mode when you're not at the port. As soon as you leave the port, you need to go into airplane mode. But you're usually at those ports a long time during the day. So if you are okay with waiting till you get to the port to use your cell phone, you don't have to worry about purchasing a cruise plan from your phone or the Wi-Fi package if you're okay with waiting till you get to the port, because your cell phone provider will provide service for you when you're in Alaska. Were these helpful? Did I leave anything out? Anything that is on your pre-cruise checklist leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.